got sick, some of which have died, as well as and those that keep us safe here and abroad. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Kisty. Time is now 7:30 p.m. Welcome to the regularly scheduled Township Council meeting of June 23rd, 2020. Welcome back, everyone. I'll begin with a roll call. Councilman Bressi.
Here.
Councilman Chisholm. Here. Councilman Fleming. Here. Council Vice President Kern.
Here.
Council President Sawicki.
Here.
Attorney Gregory McGuckin. Here. And also present this evening is our Business Administrator, Terrence Wall. As clerk of this meeting, I publicly announce that in compliance with the Public Meetings Act, Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been advertised in a manner prescribed by law, and this statement shall be entered in the minutes of the meeting. We'll begin with comments from our Township Council. Councilman Bressi?
I'll waive comments and move on with the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Chisholm?
I'd just like to say I'm excited to be here as part of my first official full meeting. Looking forward to working with council, and I'm glad to see actual real live residents here in the audience. So thanks for coming.
Thank you. Councilman Fleming?
Yes, I'd just like to welcome everybody back to a live meeting as well. It's much nicer. I do have a couple of comments. A short while ago, many Jackson residents participated in a peaceful protest at Johnson Park. While I wasn't in attendance, I am friendly with many of those who were in attendance, and several that spoke. And I understand that it was an entirely peaceful process. However, one sign and display at the protest I saw on social media caught my eye. It stated that not all cops are racist, but all Jackson cops are. This bothered me. I've been in the emergency services of this township for 44 years. I have been on many, many scenes with our police officers. Some were funny and lighthearted, others were deathly unfunny. In all of these 40-plus years, I have witnessed these men and women handle themselves in many ways. Professional, courteous, kind, understanding, most of all heroic. I have never once seen it matter what the person they were helping looked like. Most people meet officers when they're not having a good day. Sometimes that bad day starts when the flashing lights go on behind your car. Sometimes that officer is met on the worst day of your life. Even through this terrible fog, I've seen our town's police officers go above and beyond. I've seen our officers at work in emergency situations, and I've seen them in play at many, many charitable events, some of which I played on teams with them, some of which I played on teams against them. I'm old enough to truly look back and say, I've known virtually every one of the police officers in this town. Most were acquaintances, some of which I've been fortunate enough to count as friends. They're a group of people that I am proud to have protecting our community. And I'd like them to know that they have my gratitude for an impossible job well done. And I want them to know that they have my total support with the task they have at hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Vice President Kern?
I would just like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and all the people that are still joining us on the internet, and please get home safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Council President Sawicki?
Yes, welcome back, everybody, and thank you for your patience as we work through the restrictions of COVID-19, having Zoom meetings for the last couple of months. Like some of the other councilmen said, it's great to be back. It's great to have everybody in the room. We just think it's a much better and more open and transparent way of doing things. Also want to wish everybody and hope everybody had a happy Father's Day, you and your families. To the grads of our high schools who graduated last week, congratulations. I saw the virtual graduations, which were incredibly well done for all the schools. I happen to have some in middle and elementary as well, and they all did a great job. The other thing I wanted to mention was, we had something rare happen last week in this town that was unfortunate and something that thankfully in a town like ours we don't see too much, which was a homicide. Yeah, I couldn't compliment Councilman Fleming's comments anymore. Our police department, working with the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, made an arrest on that within 24 hours. So our condolences go out to the family who lost a 23-year-old resident of the town. As I understand it, the resident, or excuse me, the person who was arrested was not from the town. But our police force, which many of us have said up here more than once, is second to none, worked diligently and within 24 hours made an arrest in that case. Hopefully we won't see another one of those for a very long time, but it is because of a police force like that that we have what's consistently rated one of the safest towns in the state. Last thing I wanted to mention, about a month ago, we mentioned about tabling an ordinance rescinding a school ordinance from 2017. During those comments, I mentioned that we would give our attorney time to work with the Department of Justice on some factual inaccuracies that were in the complaint that was filed that week. We only just received a response back recently, so we're going to give our attorneys some additional time to have those conversations. So we will table it, and it will not be on the agenda tonight, as we had previously mentioned about a month ago. We are not tabling it indefinitely, but we do, in fact, want to give our attorneys time to have those conversations to work that out. Otherwise, thanks again for coming tonight. Please get home safe. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve executive session meeting minutes of June 9th, 2020?
So moved.
Second?
Motion and second. Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi.
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm.
Abstain, I wasn't here for Harper.
Councilman Fleming.
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern.
Yes.
And Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll move on to ordinances. We have one for second reading. Ordinance 8-20 is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 331 of the Township Code of the Township of Jackson, entitled Registration of Property. We will now have the public hearing on this ordinance. If you wish to speak, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record.
Seeing no one, move to close public portion.
Can I get a- All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve ordinance 8-20 on second reading. Advertise the notice of passage and approval in an approved newspaper as required by law.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi.
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm.
Yes?
Councilman Fleming.
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern.
Yes.
Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinances for first reading. 9-20 is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 304, Parks and Recreation Facilities, so as to create a park sponsorship and commemorative bench program. Motion to approve ordinance 9-20 on first reading. Advertise the notice of approval and public hearing scheduled for July 14th, 2020.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi.
Abstain.
Councilman Chisholm.
Yes?
Councilman Fleming.
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern.
Yes.
And Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
Okay. We will now open for public comment on resolutions only. If you wish to speak on resolutions, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record.
Anybody?
Seeing no one, move to close public portion.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 233R-20 is to authorize the appointment of members to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. We need a motion if you're going to do so tonight. And the names. Names.
You have the names in front of you?
There-
I don't have the names.
Do you need me to read the names?
A group, I'm sorry?
Do you need the names read?
Yeah, yes, you would name them and then take the motion.
Make a motion with the names.
Okay, please.
I'll make the motion for Carl F. Book, Peter Marr, James Hurley, and Nino Borelli as an alternate, too.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi,
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm,
Yes.
Councilman Fleming,
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern,
Yes.
Council President Sawicki.
I'd just like to thank all those individuals. A lot of times in these meetings, people talk about that they were voted in or if their salaries are paid. These are all volunteers, just looking to help the town. So thank you for your service to the town. Yes.
Thank you. 234R-20, adopt housing rehabilitation guidelines for the Jackson Township Rehabilitation Program for local affordable housing purposes.
Can I get a motion, please?
So moved?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi,
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm,
Yes.
Councilman Fleming,
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern,
Yes.
Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
235R-20, authorize an amendment to the Township's agreement with Rehabco Incorporated as the Township's administrator of its housing rehabilitation program and authorizing the utilization of $60,000 from the Township's Affordable Housing Trust Fund to allow for an additional 20 rehabilitation units at $3,000 per unit.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi,
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm,
Yes.
Councilman Fleming,
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern,
Yes.
Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
May I have a motion for bills and claims?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi,
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm,
Yes. We abstain from 4 of them, I guess. BRI 18, TM01, TM02, and WES 11.
thank you. Councilman Fleming,
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern,
Abstain from anything to do with vendor SUR09. Yes to the rest.
thank you. Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
Okay. Move on to the consent agenda, which is one vote for the following resolutions. 236R-20, approved Township Council meeting minutes of June 9th, 2020. 237R-20, authorized tax overpayment refunds. 238R-20, authorize a shared services agreement between Jackson Township and the Jackson Township Board of Education to provide 2 school resource officers for the Jackson Township School District for the 2020 and 2021 school year. 239R-20, request approval for the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87 for the Clean Communities 2020 grant. 240R-20, approved treasurer's report for May 2020. 241R-20, resolution designating official depositories and authorized municipal officials to sign checks for disbursement of funds for calendar year 2020 and to update signatures and banking information. May I have a motion?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Bressi,
Yes.
Councilman Chisholm,
Yes.
Councilman Fleming,
Yes.
Council Vice President Kern,
Yes.
and Council President Sawicki.
Yes.
Thank you. We will now have public comment on any topic. Please address the council at the microphone and kindly identify yourself by giving your name and address for the record.
Joseph Sullivan, 31 Kathy Court, Jackson, New Jersey. I just wanted to really congratulate you all for opening up these meetings to the public. I think it was the right move, and I certainly am glad to see some people were able to make it out tonight. I would also like to praise you for this upcoming Parks and Recreation Facilities Ordinance, because to me, anything that will save the taxpayers some money and also help the children and help people with their recreational needs. I know Councilman Kern has been very much promoting things of this nature, and it is wonderful to see that it's coming to fruition. I also want to welcome Councilman Chisholm and say that it was an excellent choice, and I'm glad to see you up there. So thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Nino Borelli, 36 Winthrop Drive, Jackson, New Jersey. I just want to say, I know Councilman Fleming mentioned our police force, and I have to agree with all of you that they are second to none. Our nurses, healthcare workers, first responders, police officers, they are really a special class of people, and we owe a debt of gratitude to them. Also, with that said, I serve on the Zoning Board of Adjustment here in town. I want to thank you for the opportunity to continue to do that. I love serving and volunteering here in our town. Also, the soil ordinance that you recently passed requiring builders who bring in dirt into our town for different projects to be tested for contaminants is a model, an example for the rest of our state to follow, that's for sure. So I want to thank you for protecting the beautiful environment that we have here in Jackson. Have a good evening and a safe ride home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Anybody else?
Seeing no one, move to close public portion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, folks. Have a safe night. Travel safe. Thank you.